Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to work with some chicken breasts. So what I've done is I've looked at the breasts that I had, and I'm going to take the ones that are a little more plump and I'm going to turn them into chicken cordon bleus. And then with the other ones that are a little thinner, I'm going to butterfly them, we're going to pound them out, and we're going to make some chicken cutlets. So for cordon bleu, what I like to do is I like to make a pocket so that the cheese and the ham stays inside of it. So what I do is I use a paring knife, make sure it's sharp, and I poke the paring knife in through the chicken breast. And I make sure, if you can see that, I make sure it doesn't go through the other side, okay, because you don't want to puncture a hole. And then what I carefully do is I just move it towards me, creating a pocket. I flip the knife around so you can see how I can flip the knife around, and I go the opposite way. So basically what you want is for your little piece of cheese, whether it's Swiss cheese or it can be mozzarella, whatever you really like or whatever you have on hand. With ham, you want it to be able to fit inside the chicken breast without puncturing it. So this should be big enough of a pocket for the ham and cheese to sit in it, and then when we go to bread it and fry it, it should hold in, okay? So I'll do another one real quick. Again, find the thickest part. I stick the knife in the middle. I check to make sure that it doesn't go through to the other side. So you see the knife's in the middle. I create a pocket. I flip the knife around, and I create a pocket on the other side. And then just to make sure that I can get the cheese and ham in, I stick my finger in there, and it's a beautiful pocket, and then it'll be nice to go. Okay, so I have about 10 breasts that I need to do. Now for these ones that are not thick enough to turn into cordon bleu, what I want to do is I want to turn them into cutlets. So I'm going to butterfly these. Or I can just cut them in half. So what I'm going to do is I just start from the one end with my bony knife again. I just run it along the side. Okay, so I butterflied this open. Okay, and then with a meat tenderizer and some saran wrap, which I'll show you a little later, we're going to pound these out. So I'll do one more for you. Okay, again, find where it's the thickest part. This is a little too thin here to use with the knife, so I'm just going to run it about 1/3 of the way in. I run my knife around along the side of it. I open it up, and there it is again, a butterfly chicken breast. Okay, I'm ready to pound out my chicken to make them into cutlets. So what I like to do is I like to roll out a big sheet of saran wrap. Okay, and then what I do is I fold it in half to give it strength. Then I cut it. So I'm just going to slide a few things over, and then I cut it. Okay? So now this will give me strength so that when I pound out the chicken, we're not going to get salmonella flying all over the place, which I really dislike. So I use the same method at school when I'm teaching my students. So I grab the chicken cutlet, I place it in between the two pieces of saran wrap, making sure that there's plenty of space for the chicken to expand when you pound it. I grab the meat mallet, I use the flat side, and I just knock it out. Nice and thin, and you'll see that it's thin without too many holes inside of it, and you'll see what the difference is. Okay, so I'm going to do this one more time for you. Cover it with saran wrap. Pound it out. Put it back in the container, and then we're ready to season. Okay, I have my 2 containers. This is the chicken that we did for cordon bleu. So I'm gonna season this, and then we're gonna stuff it. And this is the chicken that we pounded out for chicken cutlet. So inside of this, we need some salt, some pepper. And then you can put garlic powder, onion powder, or if you have fresh, you can use fresh. I don't mind using onion powder and garlic powder. It's what I have on hand. Sometimes it's necessary to have it, and so I'm going to use it. Onion powder. And then I'm going to mix this and let it sit for a bit. And then the chicken cutlets will be ready to bread. The Cordon Bleu will be ready to stuff and then bread. So this is going to go in the fridge for about 20 minutes while I get everything else ready. Okay, for the chicken cordon bleu, what traditionally it's Swiss cheese and ham, and me being Italian, I'm using prosciutto. Okay, so prosciutto and a piece of Asiago cheese. And if you don't make your own prosciutto, it's okay. Not everybody makes their own prosciutto. You should make your own prosciutto. So I'm gonna grab the cheese, I put it inside, and I roll it around, in between the prosciutto. So there's your little package. I have one more here. Okay. Then you're ready to stuff the chicken. So we made the pockets earlier and they've been seasoned. So you take the cheese and the prosciutto and you just stuff it in, and it fits inside very easily. Okay. Find the pocket, stick in the prosciutto and the Asiago. So I don't use a lot of Asiago because it's a strong cheese, and probably not everyone that will eat this is going to might enjoy it. So once they're all stuffed, and then we'll be ready to bread. Okay, so we're ready to bread, and I'm going to show you how to do one of the chicken cutlets that we pounded out earlier. Okay, so cutlet, it's seasoned, so it goes in the flour. Okay, it's going to go in the egg wash, so the flour dries off the moisture on the chicken. The egg wash is like our glue. Okay, and then this goes into our breadcrumbs. I keep one hand as clean as possible so that it doesn't get all gummy. Okay. I flip it over, I cover it up. Okay, press the breadcrumbs in, shake off the excess. Okay, and you have a beautiful chicken cutlet that's going to sit on a plate. For the cordon bleu, we follow the exact same procedure. We grab our chicken, we flour it. Again, the flour just dries off the moisture on the chicken. It goes into the egg wash. And then from the egg wash, it goes into the breadcrumb, and we cover it up. Flip it over, cover it in breadcrumbs, and coat it. Okay, and that's it. That's our breaded chicken cordon bleu. Okay, so I'm ready to show you how to fry the cutlets and the chicken cordon bleu. So I have a pan on, I have some oil in there. So I have more oil than normal because I am going to be pan frying. And then I'm just going to grab a chicken cutlet off my plate. Okay, and it's going to go into the frying pan. And you see it sizzling. This is what you want. You want it to sizzle, okay? Because if it's not sizzling, what's going to happen is that the cutlet is going to absorb fat, and we don't want that. So with a hot pan, hot oil, it's sizzling. It should take probably about 2.5 minutes on each side for this to fully cook. Okay, I'm just checking to see if I need to flip the cutlet, and it needs a few more minutes. And then I have the chicken Cordon Bleu here. So what I want to do with the chicken Cordon Bleu is I want to also get some color on this. Okay, so it's going in the frying pan. And I'm going to get it golden brown on both sides, and then I'm going to put it on a plate with a piece of paper towel to absorb any kind of oil that is left over. So what I want to do is I want to brown them all, and then I'm going to freeze them individually so that when I need them, I can take one out. And then all I do is thaw it in the fridge for 24 hours, and then I can put it on a pan, stick it in the oven, 350 degrees. It'll take about 20-25 minutes to fully cook. So I'm just going to take a peek at this chicken cutlet. It's nice and golden. Okay, I'm going to peek at that. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and we're almost ready. Again, it's about 2.5 minutes on each side. The same thing with the chicken Cordon Bleus. Okay, so I have some beautiful sizzling going on. This chicken Cordon Bleu is ready to flip. You see that beautiful golden color. We're going to take a peek at this chicken cutlet, and it's perfect. And it's going to go into a pan where I'm going to drain it on some paper towel. And then I'm going to finish the rest of my Cordon Bleu. So you don't want to put too many in there. Don't overcrowd the pan, because then you're going to lower the temperature of the oil. And that means that your Cordon Bleu will be absorbing fat, and we don't want that, okay? And remember, this is not fully cooked. We're going to finish them in the oven when you want them, 350, 375 for about 20-25 minutes. Okay. This is the Cordon Bleu that I flipped over. See, it's golden brown. You can see where the pocket is. And then that's going on my sheet pan. And I'm going to continue to do these slowly until they're all golden brown. Okay, so you might be thinking, what happened to those leftover cutlets? Well, here they are. And I'm not going to cook them all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake off the excess breadcrumbs. I'm going to put them on a piece of cellophane that you can see, and I'm going to wrap them up in packages of 2. So saran wrap this up, and then I can put these in a Ziploc bag, label them, date them, in the freezer, so that when you need them, you have an easy thaw and easy dinner. Also, if you wanted homemade chicken fingers, this is exactly how you do it. You don't pound it out thin. You just cut your chicken breast into pieces. You bread them. You can pre-fry them, set them on a sheet pan with paper towels, and then pop them in the freezer so they freeze individually. And then the next day, you can either vac pack them, or you can put them in a Ziploc bag and then take out 2 or 3 that you need. They thaw out quick in the toaster oven or in the oven, 350, 375 for about. Okay, so here I have my chicken Cordon Bleu. It's already fried, golden brown on both sides, ready to go in the oven or the freezer, whatever you prefer. And then here is my chicken cutlet. It is fully cooked. It's beautiful and white on the inside. It's hot, it's crispy, and it's delicious. It's some of my favorite meals. I hope you enjoy it.